The oldest rugby competition in the world has been whittled down to two, the Lions and the Sharks, to clash at 4 p.m. on Saturday at Emirates Airline Park. Welcome back to the Rugby Oaks. My name's Matt, and today we're going to talk you through the build-up, the teams, and the final for this weekend's Currie Cup. Guys, it's the Lions versus the Sharks. Absolutely unbelievable matchup after an incredible set of semi-finals that we'll talk about in just a minute. But let's dive into the rivalry at the Currie Cup. Lions and Sharks. Lions, look, they are looking to really spark, to ignite that kind of same run of form that they had by winning the 2015 Currie Cup, which led them to a kind of golden era in Lions rugby, with 3 Super Rugby finals, 2 Currie Cups along the way, the last of which in 2019. And the Sharks, on the other hand, are building towards greatness. They have already won a trophy in the last 12 months with their new coach. They won the European Challenge Cup in 2023, not too long ago, and they're going to be looking to springboard that form through the Currie Cup into a URC and keep on growing as a franchise in the 2020s. Both of them are hungry. They're desperate for this trophy. It's the Currie Cup at its best. None of this, Currie Cup's a useless competition anymore. These two sides are hell-bent on winning the trophy, while URC has clearly taken the next step up, and the Champions Cup and the European Challenge Cup is taking all the headlines. The Currie Cup is still the base of South African rugby, and I've absolutely loved it this year, and I'm sure you have too. Surprisingly, in 132 years of this epic competition, the Sharks and the Lions have played second fiddle to the Bulls and Western Province, with the Lions and Sharks only combining for 19 trophies in all of that time. Sharks with 8 and Lions with 11. So round about the same kind of form going into this championship final. Lions, of course, had an incredible season in the Currie Cup, topping the table with 9 wins out of 10. The incredible thing is they had a 222 points difference. And the next highest was the Bulls, and I think there was 104 points difference between those two, which is pretty incredible. Sharks, on the other hand, they won 6 games, they drew 1. It was a solid outing for them through the tournament, and landed third in the table on their way to the semi-finals. Semi-finals, I mean, absolutely ridiculous. Lions, Cheetahs. Lions were probably the favourites there. And they came out winners. They came out, 43-34. Another epic clash with the Cheetahs, last year's champions, absolutely going hell for leather to win that game as well. And then the Sharks going to Loftus, going to the Bulls, URC second places, and drawing the match 40-all after extra time. But the Sharks taking the spoils and going to the finals because they scored 6 tries. The Bulls only scored 2. So that's how the Currie Cup was worked out. Unbelievable scenes at both venues. Let's look at the team sheets. Lions have actually just been announced. I've been waiting for them to come out. We've got a couple of key players here. Yacha Visagie captaining it at hooker. He's still pushing for those Bok positions. Whether he'll get there or not, I'm not sure, but he's a hell of a player. Ruben Skuman being the powerhouse, the enforcer at number 4 is going to be key. Nico Steyn and Sanele Nahamba being recalled into the team. Obviously out of position, but played 10 plenty, absolutely talented. They've lost their first choice, Van der Berg, who's with the Boks at the moment. So it a little bit different, but probably in the scheme of Currie Cup, it's consistency. 11, Tapsgram, Tapua Mafura, who unbelievably is looking for his 3rd Currie Cup in 3 years with a 3rd team. So won it with the Pumas, then won it with the Cheetahs, and now looking to win it with Lions. He's an incredible player. Plays for the Zimbabwe Sables, of course, and he's won the African Championship this year. I think he was player of the tournament as well. Look out for him. And at 15, obviously, Quain Horn, newly made a Bok. Absolutely electric player, especially up at altitude. Off the bench, though, Cade Wuhalter at 22. So he moved from the Stormers, was the wunderkind of South African rugby at one point. Injuries curtailed that a little bit, but he seemed to have found his home. He looks very comfortable, seems very happy there. And of course, JC Pretorius, Springboks or Blitzblock 7's sensation, who will be coming off the bench to make some impact there. Moving on to the Sharks, we've got a couple of key guys as well. Mchunu at number 1, desperate to get that box shirt back. I'm sure he's made another cap this year. Wants to prove to Rassie he can play in those big games. A perfect setup for him. The back three, we've got, the back row, James Fenter, and then the partnership of Emmanuel and Vincent Chichuka, the brothers Chichuka, both former Lions players, key players in that Lions setup over the last couple of years. Moved over to the Sharks. Vincent last year won the Challenge Cup. Emmanuel this year looking to get his hands on some silverware for the first time. That's going to be abrasive. I cannot wait to see that. Interestingly, Emmanuel at 8. Then we've got 10. We've got Sia Masuku looking still, he was invited to that box training camp, but has not really pushed his way in. With Jordan Hendrickse and Sasha Feinberg Mzulu being the guys that Rassie seems to have earmarked to go forward. So he's going to be desperate to prove a point there. Andre Esterhuizen pairing the old giant, so not even that old, but the World Cup winning giant, Premiership winning giant, pairing up with Lorenzo Julius. I'm a boogeyman. He's an absolute sensation. He's broken his way into the first team finally after years of playing under 20 and playing for obviously the junior box as well. He's electric. I cannot wait. He knows that try line. He knows how to get his hands on the balls and get there. And of course, at fullback, Jordan Hendrickse, we mentioned him a little bit earlier, key to that line setup for so many years. He's now a Bok and he's now a Shark. So he's going to be key. He's playing out of position at 15, but probably see as maybe a bit more stable at 10 at the moment. Jordan's going to be really keen to impress in the starting lineup. Replacements, Trevor Nyakani off the bench. The Sharks have loaded their bench. It's almost a bomb squad of types. It's absolutely fantastic. Trevor Nyakani, Jason Jenkins, one-time Bok with that power. Gebran Khobra, who is absolutely a powerhouse at the Currie Cup level, coming off the bench, and Lionel Cronje, who's been around the block for years and years and years, who will come and add solidity at the end of that game. So clearly the Sharks focusing on what's going to be a lot of puffing, a lot of breathing up at altitude in the second half, and not let the Lions get a couple of cheeky tries when the energy levels start to drop. Absolute. I mean, this game is on a knife edge. I really think it's going to be such a close game. My predictions for the match, I think, obviously, close one. My heart would love the Lions to win this game. I really would. You've got this coach in Corsi who's been there for 3 years. Remember 3 years ago, he had, I think, 9 losses out of 10. Redemption, paying back the investment. That team that they've kind of almost scraped together from all other unions. People going for big bucks to other unions, and they've kept this together, and they've kept a winning formula and a winning culture. I would love them to win. I would, and that's nothing against the Sharks, but my head tells me that Sharks team is too powerful. They're going to win by 3, but it's going to be a nail-biter. Be sure to tune in. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, whether you think the Sharks or the Lions are going to win, and what you think of the teams. See you on Saturday, guys. Bye.